Okay, so I really love this character, Robin on Stranger Things, played by the wonderful Maya Hawke, and she's absolutely amazing on the show. But at the same time, really looking at it in season 3 and season 4, having done a rewatch binge, I noticed one common complaint in the series, which is in season 3 and season 4, she has almost a completely different personality, and I'm just wondering why. For how Robin on Stranger Things started was because of this right here, the bromance between Dustin and Steve on Stranger Things, which nobody saw coming in the second season, but everyone really loved it. Also, Stranger Things Season 2 had one big complaint, and that's that the teams were kind of the same as Season 1, where the boys had their story, the teens had their story, the adults had their story, and yeah, there was the change of having Eleven get her own solo story, but not a lot of people like that. So because then Season 3, they had the idea they're going to take Aiden Matarazzo out of the boys' team and instead have him do a duo with Steve. At the same time, they didn't want Joe Keery, Natalie Dyer, and Charlie Heaton to have really any screen time together in Season 3 because they already had so much love triangle tension going on in the first two seasons, they didn't want that repeated again. But at the same time, the creators of Stranger Things realized they didn't just want to have Joe Keery and Gaten Matarazzo spend the whole season together because that could get a little bit boring having a small team. So they came up with the idea of Robin saying there's going to be another teen character that Steve is going to be friends with, and she's going to be the one to kind of balance things out emotions-wise, being kind of the straight man. Also, at the same time, the Duffer Brothers just wanted to introduce a lesbian character in the show because they thought the 80s were pretty homophobic and they wanted to have some sort of character that was going to be LGBT representative. So they had this idea to make Robin a lesbian and also at the same time create a twist because everybody was expecting these two to get together. Yeah, Maya Hawke absolutely killed it, auto celebrity because of the show, and she became even a meme in the process, and everybody loved her role in the series. But then cut to season 4, and not a lot of people really love this character because the cool, calm demeanor of Robin that was done in season 3, where she's smart and witty, wasn't done at all in season 4, where instead her character is very, very anxious, very weird, and also talks way too fast, and a lot of people began to find the character annoying. Really what it seems to come down to is this. In season 3, the whole character of Maya Hawke was basically the babysitter to Steve and Dustin. So because of that, they wrote her character to always be the smart one and make wise decisions. But then cut to season 4, and they wrote it so Robin and Steve really don't have as many scenes together. So instead, they introduce her more with the character of Nancy, played by Natalie Dyer. And in this situation, Nancy was already built up for multiple seasons as being somebody who was very intelligent. So they really didn't like the idea of having two ultra-intelligent, witty characters together. So instead, they opted to make Robin way more anxious. Honestly, just rewatching all of Stranger Things before the new season came out, I am going to look at this and say this change really only works if you didn't care about the character much in season 3. Because Maya Hawke is a very good actress. She plays the part very well in season 4, but it's really just annoying because her character is really, really different than season 3, where it is kind of like watching a totally different person. And I also think there's another thing that fans don't realize but subconsciously dislike Robin in season 4 because of, and that's because she kind of reactivated the love triangle, where I think a lot of fans were kind of sick of this dynamic, but then in season 4 it's reactivated where the character of Nancy is very jealous of Robin because of the time with Steve, and everybody was looking at this like, oh god, no, they're bringing back the love triangle. Now I'm just wondering what personality they go with for season 5, and with that, I'm Charles Prowl. Please subscribe for Learn Something.